Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome to 3303. This is where I take a look at the news and happenings in and around Elite Dangerous. Today, Canon has successfully completed their community goal, EuroGamer takes a rather negative look at Elite Dangerous, and the Distant Stars expedition has been rewarded with a rather significant in-game monument. This weekend saw the completion of one of the largest ever community goals, and it was completed in record time. Now this community goal of course was for the Canonn megaship, which is now going to be constructed at some point in the not too distant future. If you're not aware, Canonn Research is a player group who are very famous for investigating all the alien mysteries within the game. Now the megaship is going to form a central hub for their ability to continue performing this research, and it appears that the megaship is going to be moved around from place to place so that it can always be situated near the most recent mystery. This isn't just beneficial to all the players from Canon, but it's beneficial to all other players as well, as it would enable a docking platform as well as other services out there. Just how the megaship is going to be moved around isn't yet known, but do keep in mind that in the recent patch 2.3 update, Frontier enabled the ability for large stations and large ships to be moved around without any server downtime. The megaship isn't the only reward for the community goal. There is of course the Canonn Research logo that anyone who participated is also going to receive, and they'll be able to apply this directly to their ship. Now if you missed out on getting involved with the community goal, then don't worry, because it's not the only way to get the Canonn Research decal. There's a new feature being introduced into the game that's going to be tested out with Canon. And the idea is that if you become allied with Canon by doing missions at their stations and for their faction, then this will unlock the ability to get the Canonn Research logo. Now Canon themselves are a little bit unsure exactly how this is going to work at the moment, but they have had it confirmed to them by Frontier that this is something new and something that is going to be put in place. My hope is that this would also be extended to other player groups at some point as well. So all in all, a great community goal that had nearly 10,000 contributors. Now it's not been all good news for Frontier and Elite Dangerous this week. EuroGamer ran an article called The State of Elite Dangerous according to its most prominent players, and essentially it was a pretty negative piece. The players interviewed for the article were Dr. Canonn, who is the founder of Canonn Research, the notorious Harry Potter, as well as Commander Nightshady, who is in charge of the 13th Legion. Now before we start talking about the article itself, I want to make it clear that Dr. Canonn has gone on record as saying that he believes and feels that his quotes were taken out of context in the article, and that ultimately during his interview, Canonn expressed his appreciation of both the developers of Elite Dangerous as well as the game itself, but unfortunately none of that actually made it into the article. Now anyone who's been around the Elite Dangerous community for any length of time now would not find anything of surprise in this article. It discusses points that have long been raised by players, and many of them are actually very valid, and to be honest, I've actually raised quite a few of these points myself in previous videos, as well as posted quite extensively on the forums themselves. If you was going to bullet point the article, you could say that it highlights the repetitiveness of the gameplay, as well as the fact that it's a heavy grind. There's a long waiting time now for the emerging alien story. It seems to be dragged out quite a bit. There's no news on upcoming content at the moment. The future is blank. And unfortunately, the development of Elite Dangerous seems to be a lot slower than many players would like. So those then are the key points that the article seems to raise, and they do very much seem to reflect a strong feeling within the Elite Dangerous community at the moment, and the fact that a publication like EuroGamer has actually picked up on this and published an article about that subject really does speak a lot. Of course, the article itself has come into some pretty heavy criticism from certain players who feel that the article set out with the agenda of creating a negative piece. And to be perfectly honest, I can see why some players would feel that way about the article, as it really doesn't go too far in the way of trying to discuss the positive side of the game. The bottom line then that I took away from the article is that the three players interviewed are extremely passionate about Elite Dangerous, but it also seems that the opinions they presented there are very reflective of the wider community, and that there are at the moment quite a lot of doubts about the game itself. A lot of this no doubt stems from the reception of the most recent updates, and it's also perhaps reflective of the fact that Frontier are very quiet at the moment on the future of the game in regards to patch 2.4 as well as any content for Season 3. However, all that said, the fact that so many players were involved in the community goal over this weekend would suggest that Elite Dangerous still has a fairly strong and happy player base. At the end of the day then, it seems that there are some very strong and very valid opinions on both sides of the argument. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the article. Do leave a comment below letting me know, and you can find the article linked in the video description. At the beginning of the year, Dr. Kai and Eramus, as well as the other famed organisers of the Distant Worlds expedition, organised a new expedition. This one was called Distant Stars 3303, and the aim was to reach the long-distant M67 star cluster, an area of space previously unreachable even with maxed-out frameshift drives. Yet with the advent of using neutron stars to boost your jump, it was possible to get there. The downside is that it was a one-way trip. There were no stars on the other side to offer a return jump, so the only way back was to self-destruct, and the members of the expedition made a rather spectacular show of this by destroying all their Anacondas and other ships in one massive conflagration. Now, Frontier themselves have recognised this feat of expedition and have now included an Anaconda Graveyard down on the surface of the planet where all these ships destroyed themselves. If you're so inclined, this is a place you can visit for yourselves. If not, you can see a video by Dr. Kai himself, and I'll link that in the video description. Between the 23rd of May and the 28th of May, the Candy Crew Guild are going to be running a Candyball Rally of Plutarch. This will essentially be some time trials for SRV racing, the winner of which will be able to win a prize as yet undisclosed. Now, there will also be a 24-hour live stream of the event, and you can see all the details on the forum thread that I'm going to link in the video description, and all money raised are going to be going to the Special Effect charity, so a very good cause, well worth looking into. If you're interested, do check out the forum thread, and you can get more details there as well as post your questions. YouTuber Admiral Skooma has plenty of excellent videos. Recently, he's posted some of Elite Dangerous ones, specifically on the missing generation ships. You can see some of this on the clips in the video background right now. These are well worth checking out. They have some exceptional footage in them, and he's made great use of the new camera system. And whilst you're there on his channel, why not check out his entry for the Controlled Alt Space video competition being run by Frontier. Again, it's an exceptional entry, very nice video, and has some fantastic camera shots. That then brings us to an end of this episode of 3303. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.